Have your arms either side of your body. Bring your chin to chest. And just rotate your arms so your palms facing forward. So your palms are facing forward. Bring out your chin to chest. Bring your eye gaze to the mat. Have a slight bend in your knees. Engage your core. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Press your shoulders away. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Slowly take your arms all the way up to the sky. Take your arms wide. Lower your arms down by your side and bring your chin to chest. Take your arms up. Take your arms wide. Lower your arms down by your side. Good. Take your arms up. Now this time, take your right leg forward. You're going to lower that right foot down. So there's a bit of a lunge. Take your left leg up behind you. Keep your arms out in front. And have your chest parallel with the mat. So, Tina, straighten that leg. Your leg is bent, Tina, so you want to step that leg, you step that leg out in front, lower that leg down. Then you lift your left leg up behind you. So it's basically warrior three position. So arms out in front, yes, that's it. Now take your arms wide again. Flex that back foot. You're going to lower your left foot down. And you lean back. And as you lean back, you lift your right foot. So your right heel is on the mat. So you should feel that stretch in your right calf. You lower that right foot down. Bring your chest forward. Lift your left leg up again behind you. Arms out in front. Yes. Open your arms wide. Lower your back foot again. You lean back. Lift your right toe so your right heel is on the mat. Lower your arms. Step your right foot back. Take your arms up. This time, left leg out in front of you. Step your left foot forward. Arms out in front. Right leg up behind you. It's a warrior three. Brilliant. Step your right foot back. Arms wide, lean back. So now you lift your left toes off the mat. So your left heel is lifted. Left heel is on the mat, left toes up. Come forward again, arms out in front. Lift your right leg up. Take your arms wide. Step back. Left foot to meet your right foot. Take your arms up. Arms wide as you forward fold, bring your hands onto the mat. Have your feet hip width apart. Straighten your legs. Now bend your right knee so you lift that right heel off the mat. Rest your chest on your right thigh. So we're walking our dog. So you lift your left heel, lower your right foot down. So that right leg is straight, left knee is bent. Swap sides, bend your right knee. Lift your right heel. Lower that right heel, now your left leg. Now lift both heels. Chest on your thighs. Lifting both heels, keep your chest on your thighs. Walk your hand to the top of the mat. Lower your heels towards the mat. You should be in a downward dog position. Bring your eye gaze in between your hands as you lower to plank. Lower your knees, untuck your toes, bring your hips back, chest on your thighs, forehead down. Come to hands and knees, tuck your toes, we're in downward dog. Elbows in between your hands. You're going to step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee on top of your left toes. Take your right arm up to the sky. So your chest should be towards that right thigh. Lower your right hand inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes, left knee off the mat. Now lower that left hand down. Left arm up to the sky. Wrap your left arm around your back, round your waist. Take that right arm underneath your right leg and see if you can take that bind. Release your right hand on top of your right foot as you straighten your right leg. Left arm up so you're in triangle. Look to your right knee as you bend your right knee, come up to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two. Take your left arm out in front, lift your back heel, lift your left leg up to behind you, so your arms behind you, so you're in warrior three. Now lower your hands onto the mat. Step your left leg back of the mat, right leg back of the mat. You're in downward dog. Lower to plank. You lower your knees for your chest. Upward dog, downward dog. This time step your left foot outside of your left hand, right knee on the mat. Untuck your toes. Left arm up to the sky. So your chest towards your left thigh this time. Lower your left hand inside of your left foot. Tuck your right toes, right knee off the mat. You lower that right foot down, right arm up to the sky. Yes. Now with that hand, you want to kind of bring it a bit forward. It's a little bit too far back. So bring it, yeah, so it's, yes, that's it. Now slowly lift your chest and we're up into warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. I forgot one thing. We're going to come back into that position again. So lower your left hand inside of your left foot, right arm up. Yes. Then you take that left hand onto your left foot as you straighten your left leg. So we're in that triangle position. Look to your left leg as you bend your left knee, come up to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. Take your right arm out in front as you lift your back heel. Warrior three, lift that right leg up behind you, arms behind you. Start to lower your chest. Lower your hands onto the mat. Step your right leg back, left leg back, you're in downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees on your chest, upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. Hands on your shin as you look up. Hands on your mat. Take your arms wide, all the way up to the sky. Keep your eyes up to the sky and take your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers. Shoulder blades together. Keep looking up. Look forward. Release your arms. Arms up to the sky. Let's do another step. Forward fold. Hands on your shin as you look up. Hands on your mat. Step and jump back to downward dog. Bring your right foot outside of your right hand. This time keep your left knee off the mat. You just take your right arm up to the sky. Yes. Lower that right hand on top of your right foot. Lower your left foot down, straighten your right leg. We're in triangle. Come up to warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. Brilliant. Left arm out in front, you lift that back heel. Lift your left leg up behind you, arms behind you. Warrior three. Start to lower your chest. Lower your hands. Left leg back of the mat, right leg back. We're in downward dog. Left side, left foot outside of your left hand. Left arm up. Lower your left hand inside of that left foot. Lower your right foot down, right arm up. Brilliant. That left hand on top of your left foot. As you straighten your left leg, we're in triangle. Look to your left leg as you bend your left knee, come up to warrior two. Brilliant. Reverse the warrior. Back to warrior two. Right arm forward, you lift your back heel, lift that right leg up, arms behind you. Warrior three. Now, this time you're going to step that right foot just halfway up your mat. Left foot to meet your right. Keep your chest forward, arms behind you. And as you lift your chest, lift your right knee, interlace your hands onto your right shin so it comes straight to balance. Yes, brilliant. Point those right toes down. Take your right knee wide, left arm wide. Brilliant. Flex that right foot. See if you can take hold of your big toe. Straighten. Yes. Perfect. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Take that right knee behind you. The right foot behind you. We're in dancer's pose. Left arm out in front. Release that right foot. You're going to cross that right foot over your left with that funky chair. Yes, hands to prayer. Make sure it's not on your knee. Start to lower your chest as you take a bow. Lower your right foot. Interlace your fingers. Take hold of your left shin. And you lift your chest. Left toes down. Yes. Take it wide. Flex your left foot. Take hold of your big toe. Straighten that leg. Brilliant. Take it behind you. Right arm out in front. Dancer's pose. Lift your chest, cross it over for that funky chair. Take a bow. Brilliant, yes. Release that foot back. Keep your chest forward so you're in that squat. Separate your hands, take your arms out in front of you. Engage your core, tuck in your tailbones, we're in that chair pose. And hold. Brilliant. For 3, 2, 1. Take your arms wide, straighten your legs, interlace your fingers behind your back. Release your hands onto the mat. Step or jump back to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees. Right, so I want us to do that inversion. So Viv, you know what to do. Bring your hands, interlace your fingers. Tina, what I want you to try and do is if you can take you interlace your fingers like this, and you bring your head in between your hands. But those interlaced fingers, you bring it against the wall. You lower your head so your fingers, the back of your hands are touching the wall. You lift your knees off the mat, so you're in that downward dog position. Then you walk back until your back touches the wall. The wall is cold. So you want your back touching the wall. And this might be where you end today, that's fine. But if you want to take it further, this is when you try and take one leg up and then the other. Or you just do one leg. And then when you're coming down, so have a go. So you're back. Now, before you take your legs up, take your knees off the mat. So don't take your legs up yet. First thing you do is you're in this position. So you're like this. You walk your feet forward until your back has to touch the wall. Once your back is on the wall, then you can try and lift your leg up. Yeah. Take your back needs to get closer to the wall. So take your knees off the mat.
It seems like it's my head that is closer to the wall.
Yeah, so your head will be close to the wall, but then what you do, so your head is close to the wall, your hand is on the wall, your head is in between your hands. You come up, can you see me?
Yeah.
And then look, keep right
Okay.
the wall. You see my back is now touching the wall. So that's where I want you to get to. Don't worry about lifting your legs up.
My back is not closer to the wall.
Yeah, so that's what you need to work on. Yeah, so you need to walk your feet. What you have to do is you just have to keep, for now, you're just going to practice walking your feet as close as possible until you can get your back onto that wall. Once you get your back onto the wall, before you start lifting your feet, so that's one thing to practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So you come up, you take your knees off the mat.
With my hand, am I holding my head like this?
No, so look at me forward. So you see my hands are like this. You see my hands on the mat?
No.
Right, can you see now?
Yeah.
Right. My head now is in between those hands.
Okay.
So that's the top of my head, not your forehead, top of your head.
Okay, okay.
Yeah? Then you keep walking your feet forward until your back gets.
Okay. On.
Yeah, so by walking forward, you see the difference, what happens with my back?
Yeah, your back looks straight.
You're getting higher, yes. So once you get it against the wall, then, so that's what you need to practice before you start lifting your legs up. So don't lift your legs up until you can get your back on the wall.
Okay, okay.
Those hands.
I think this will have to be my homework.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so that's what you just want to practice. So you
Yeah.
go against the wall, head into, and you will get it, because that's how these girls have learned. That we did this during COVID, that's how they know how to do headstand. So and
Okay.
I learned by getting it on the wall. Yeah?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
do that. And just walk your feet forward as close as possible until you're back to the wall. Okay, so that's homework for you.
Yeah, I'll definitely practice that.
Right, perfect. Okay, so let's just come into child pose. Come up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, come back up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees or your chest, come to upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step and jump forward to your hands. Take your hands behind you as you take your seat. Bring your hands a bit further behind you as you lift your hips. Swing your hips back and lower. So your hands should be either side of your hips. Flex your feet. Just forward, shoulder blades back. High gaze to your toes. Now you need to slide your hands further back, so further behind you. Chest forward, shoulder blades back. Point your toes. You lift your hips for that reverse plank. You look up or you look back. Look forward, lower your hips. Bring your chest forward, bring your hands to your toes as you forward fold. Release your toes, cross your ankles, hands over the mat. You uncross your ankles and have your toes as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back to your knees, lift your knees. We come to that low squat, heels in, toes out, hands to prayer. Brilliant. Brilliant, hold. See if you can take your feet a bit wider. So you want your feet as wide as the mat. Yes. Arms inside your knees. Brilliant. So where you're, another thing to practice, so you want to try as much as possible to see now, if possible, might mean you can't come all the way down, but you want the soles of your feet onto the mat. For the moment I can see your heels are lifted. And as your hips open, you'll be able to lower your hips all the way down. But just open your feet out wider. Brilliant, hold. For 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips onto the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together. Interlace your hands around your toes. Brilliant. Round your back, and as you round your back, you bend your elbows, so you bring your elbows into your thighs, chin to chest. You bring that chin to your chest, you can feel that stretch behind your neck. You feel that inner thigh stretch. Straighten your back. Take your hands outside of your knees, bring your knees together. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat. Now, we'll do a bit more wall work. Walk your feet back so your soles of your feet are touching the wall. Might need to walk your hands a little bit further away from your body. Brilliant. So when we come up to downward dog, your heels are on your wall. Brilliant. Now take that right foot, so your right knee is bent, and you place that right foot onto that wall. So you take that right foot onto your wall, so that right knee is bent. And then that left foot, you bring that left foot onto the mat. You might need to walk your feet a bit further away. And as you start to straighten that right leg, it's like you're pressing that wall away. You want to think you can lift your other foot, so both feet are on the wall. So it's like you're doing plank position against the wall. I know it's a bit harder, but yeah, have your hands on the mat, yeah. So both feet are on the wall. So it's like plank position on the wall. You will feel that on your arms. And then lower your right foot and your left foot down. Brilliant, yes. Perfect. Yes. Now you can bring one foot down and bring the other foot down. Now, things to note. Your elbows are, you want your elbows, so your arms, your knee, elbows are bent. You want to bring your elbows in. You might have to really rotate. I don't know if you can see how my elbows are pointing out. You don't want to be bending your elbows. You need your arms firm on the mat. So you're almost like you're rotating the front of your elbows is facing forward, not sideways. So you roll your elbows in, come back up to that downward dog position, walk your feet back. Bend your left knee, so we start with our left foot this time. Place your left foot onto that wall. And then your right foot. Engage your core. And if you can, you bring that right knee to your chest. You place it back on the wall. And then your left knee back on the wall. Lower your right foot down onto the mat, left foot onto the mat. Knees onto the mat. And we come into child pose. Lower your chest down. Come up to hands and knees. Back up to downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. And take a seat. Take your arms out in front of you, lift your feet up for bow pose, knees bent or straight. For 3, 2, 1, flex your feet. Take your arms inside the legs as you take hold of your big toes. And take your legs out wide. Brilliant. Look up for 3, 2, 1. Bring your legs together. So holding onto your big toes. Brilliant. For 3, 2, 1. Start to bend your knees. You bring your heels onto the mat. Still hold onto those big toes. Open your feet wide. Your heels are as wide as the mat. Have your back straight. And just bring your arms. Your arms are inside of your knees this time. Yeah. Still hold onto your big toes. And then start to slide your legs away. Legs out wide. Chest forward. Now you're going to take your left arm out in front of you. So your left palm is down. And you take your right arm up to the sky. You're going to start to, you bring that right hand down behind you, so just behind your back, as you start to lift your chest. So that right hand is behind you, so just behind you. So you twist, you look over your right shoulder. Brilliant. That left hand should still be in the middle, so you twist and hold for 3, 2, 1. Make sure both feet are flexed. Then you take your right arm all the way up, place that right hand in the middle, as you take your left arm behind you. And you look over your left shoulder. So you're using your arm like a wall. So you don't lean back or forward. Chest is in the middle for 3, 2, 1. Bring your left hand in the middle. Start to bend your knees. Keep your knees wide. Take your right hand underneath your right ankle and place on top of that right foot. Left hand underneath your left ankle. And you walk your feet in. See if you can slide your arms a bit further underneath. Brilliant. Bring the soles of the feet together. Now, option, you can have the soles of the feet together or you cross your ankles. So have your arms underneath your legs. See if you can bring your hands onto your toes. And you round your back as you bring your chin to chest. Brilliant. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Let's hold for 3 more. Slowly release your arms. Take your arms out in front of you as you lift your hips. Come back up to downward dog. Lower to plank. Lower your knees or your chest. Come to upward dog. Downward dog. Look forward, step or jump forward to your hands. Hands behind you as you take your seat. Keep that right knee to your chest and take your left arm out in front. Left leg out in front, sorry, right knee. Right knee to your chest. Left leg out in front. And bring that right arm inside of that right knee. You might need to just move that right foot so it's a bit further away from your left thigh. So you make space for your right arm. So you bring that right arm inside and you wrap your right arm around that right shin. Left arm around your back. Yes. You take that down and hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the bind. And just swap sides and bring your left knee to your chest. Right leg out. Left arm inside. And you really consciously bring your chest forward, because the more forward that chest is, the more you'll be able to wrap it round that left knee. Right arm round behind you and you take that bind. Brilliant. So it's going inside. So when you take that left arm inside, you rotate to see your left palm is facing away from your body. So chest forward, rotate to see your left arm is facing, then you wrap it round. Then you bring your right arm behind you, yes. And hold. 3, 2, 1. Release the bind. Cross your ankles. Hands over the mat. Let's do another squat. Walk your hands back. Heels in, toes out. Hands to prayer. Now lower your hips. Cross your ankles. Now this time I want you to just walk your hips back here. Back is against the wall. Keep your ankles crossed. Have your back against that wall. The back of your head against the wall. Back of your hands on your knees, palms facing up. And just close your eyes and just stay here for a few breaths. Pressing your back against the wall. Your shoulders against the wall. Breathing in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Inhale. Out through your mouth. Take your right arm all the way up and place the back of your hand on that wall. Keeping your eyes closed. And then take your left arm up the wall. So your arms against that wall. Shoulders against the wall. So keep pressing your back against that wall. And just walk your hands in so you can bring your hands to prayer. And you lower your thumbs onto your forehead for clarity in your thoughts. Onto your lips. Clarity in your words. And slide your thumbs to your breastbone. As you start to peel your shoulders off the wall, you take a bow. And you rest your chin on your fingers. So your back should be rounded now. The clarity on. Maybe to take your back off the wall. Keep your chin on your fingers. And you bring your elbows to your thighs.